Hey there guys, today we'll be looking at how to use the Populate tool within the 3ds Max workspace. The Populate tool is good for giving your animations and renders a bit more life, and also your projects that you may have done, it gives them a bit more reality by adding people moving within the spaces. So to start off with, you'll need to download the Populate package as it's not built in when you first download the program. Today we'll be looking at how we can use some of the functions that the Populate command has. So you can create flows, create idle and sitting spaces, as well as bake selected things into the models that you've created. So to start off with, we'll look at creating a flow. So we go up here and we'll click that, and then we'll create the flow in the top viewport as it's easiest to draw. So to start creating a flow, you just have to left click, and once you've clicked you can drag to your next point. Once you get to your next point, you just have to click again. That'll create a corner. Then you can click again wherever you want to, and then click to finish. And then once you're done, if you want to exit, all you have to do is right click and that will create your flow. So I'll go back into the perspective viewport, and here we'll be able to see the flow that I've created. So now that I've created the flow, if you go across to your modify tab, you're able to edit a lot of the things that you have within your flow. So when you create the flow, you're able to start with a width that you choose, or if you forget to do that, you're still able to edit that in the modify panel. Here, as you can see, the width, you just drag and up and down and you can change the width, or you can add a whole figure here. I'm just going to add it as 6 meters. You're also able to change the lane spacing between people within the simulation here, and you're also able to adjust the direction. You're able to change the density. As you can see here, more dots appear as I make the density higher, and then fewer when the density is lower. You're also able to edit the speed of which the people move within the flow. Here we'll just leave it at the middle for now. You can change it to running if you wish, and you can also change the percentage of male to female people in the flow. We'll just leave it at the middle for now. So to add people to this flow, all we have to do is click the simulate button up here. That will add people to the flow. As you can see, they're creating people here under the people layer. This may take a few moments. So as you can see, there's now people within the flow. If we wish to change this, as we might not be happy with it, we're able to change these variables here, and they can just be changed by dragging, like change the density for instance, and that will be updated by just clicking the simulate button once again. So as you can see, the areas become less dense once we change that variable within the modify panel. So now that we're happy with this flow, we'll look at creating idle spaces. So to create an idle space, we'll go back into the top view as it's easiest to draw in, and we'll create an idle space between these planter boxes. So you can create free idle spaces, which are just drawn by clicking and dragging, and that will create an idle space there. So we've got the idle space that we wish, and we can change the density just by clicking and dragging, similar to how the flow modifier works. You're also able to change it to singles or groups, and you're also able to change it from groups of 3s or 2s, and also again the variation between males and females. So we might want to just move that idle space into the central area, and then we'll go to simulate again, and that will create the people within that idle area. Lastly, we'll look at creating a idle sitting space. That might be easiest in the perspective viewport, so we'll go and open that once again. We'll maximize the viewport, and we will zoom up on the sitting area that we wish to have the person sitting in. So to create a seat, we have to just go and click create seat, and we can just click it and it will drop it wherever we wish it to go. We can move that sitting area to the area we want it to be in just by using the move tool up here. So let's select and move, and that's going to let us move that sitting area. So once we've got it in an area that we're happy with, we can click the simulate button again, and we'll have a sitting person within our animation now. As you can see, we'll just pan and we'll get a better look at that. We'll put it on camera walkthrough 1, walkthrough 2, I think it was. And we can see how these people interact within the space in the animation. So if we want to have a proper look, all we have to do is press the play animation, and we'll be able to see how these flows look when going through an animation that we may have set for our project. As you can see, the addition of people creates a much more realistic environment for your projects and will help bring a lot of life into the scenes that you wish to create.